Did you know that certain cleaning habits, or the lack thereof, can be a direct gateway to the hospital, especially for those in their golden years? Imagine the surprise of discovering that everyday objects, which seem harmless, are silently accumulating armies of bacteria ready to attack your health. In this video, we're going to unveil the 7 champion dirt items that, if not properly sanitized, can turn your home into a germ minefield, leading seniors to unexpected, risky situations. Prepare for a revelation that can change the way you view cleanliness and protect the health of your loved ones, or your own. Stay with us until the end to discover what these hidden dangers are and how to avoid them. If this topic intrigues you and makes you think about the importance of hygiene, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more valuable tips, and share in the comments which item do you think is the most dangerous on the list. Your participation is very important to us. Chapter 1. Dishwashing sponges used for months. The dishwashing sponge, so common in our kitchens, is one of the biggest breeding grounds for bacteria we can have at home, especially if it's not changed regularly. Imagine a moist environment with food scraps and warmth, perfect for the proliferation of microorganisms like Salmonella and E. coli. Using the same sponge for months is like inviting these unwelcome guests to live and reproduce in your kitchen, contaminating everything they touch. For seniors, whose immune systems may be more fragile, the risk of infections caused by these bacteria is significantly higher. A simple food contamination, originating from dishes washed with a dirty sponge, can lead to severe cases of diarrhea, vomiting, and dehydration. In more severe cases, these infections may require hospitalization, putting the senior's life at risk and compromising their recovery. The solution to this problem is simple but often neglected. Change your dishwashing sponge frequently. Experts recommend replacing it every 1 to 2 weeks, depending on usage. Additionally, it's crucial to sanitize it daily, either by boiling it for a few minutes or by microwaving it damp for 1 minute to kill germs. Another important practice is not to use the same sponge for different purposes, such as cleaning the sink and washing dishes. Cross-contamination is a real and very common danger, increasing the spread of bacteria throughout the kitchen. By adopting simple and conscious hygiene habits, it's possible to prevent your dishwashing sponge from becoming an invisible threat to your health. Therefore, pay attention. That old, worn-out sponge you insist on using for just a little longer could be the gateway to serious health problems. Small actions make a big difference in preventing diseases, especially for seniors who need a safe and germ-free environment. Ensure your kitchen sponge is your ally, not your enemy. Chapter 2. Unsanitized floor cloths. Just like the sponge, the floor cloth is another household item that often goes unnoticed in terms of its hygiene. Dragging dirt, dust, and often spilled liquids throughout the house, it becomes a true repository of harmful microorganisms. The moisture present in the cloth, especially if not dried properly after use, creates the perfect environment for the proliferation of bacteria, fungi, and even viruses. For seniors, contact with a contaminated floor cloth can pose a significant risk. As they walk around the house, especially barefoot or in slippers, they can easily transfer germs from the floor to their hands and, consequently, to their mouths when eating or touching their faces. This route of contamination can lead to gastrointestinal infections, skin problems, and other diseases that can weaken already fragile health in old age. Regular sanitization of floor cloths is essential to avoid these problems. Ideally, after each use, the cloth should be washed with hot water and soap, rinsed thoroughly and dried in the sun or a well-ventilated area. For more effective disinfection, a little bleach can be added to the wash, following the manufacturer's instructions and ensuring complete removal of the product before reusing the cloth. It's important to have different cloths for different areas of the house, avoiding cross-contamination between the bathroom, kitchen, and other rooms. Using disposable cloths for more critical areas, such as the bathroom, can be a practical and hygienic alternative. The frequency of changing floor cloths is also crucial. Even when well washed, over time they accumulate residues that hinder cleaning and favor germ proliferation. Ignoring the hygiene of the floor cloth is neglecting the cleanliness of the entire house. A seemingly clean floor can hide a large number of microorganisms harmful to health, especially for seniors. By adopting a routine of proper cleaning and sanitization of floor cloths, you'll be creating a safer and healthier environment for everyone, preventing diseases and ensuring the well-being of those you love. Chapter 3. Dingy toothbrushes. The toothbrush is a fundamental personal hygiene item, responsible for removing food debris and plaque from our mouths. However, if not stored and sanitized correctly, it can become a breeding ground for bacteria, fungi, and even viruses. The damp bristles and toothpaste residue create a conducive environment for the proliferation of these microorganisms, which can be harmful to oral and general health, especially in seniors. For older adults, oral health has a significant impact on overall well-being. Infections in the mouth can lead to problems like gingivitis, periodontitis, and even affect the health of other organs, such as the heart. A contaminated toothbrush continuously introduces bacteria into the oral cavity, increasing the risk of these complications and making it difficult to maintain a healthy mouth. Furthermore, the difficulty some seniors have in performing complete oral hygiene makes them even more vulnerable to the negative effects of a dirty toothbrush. Toothbrush hygiene should be a daily practice. After each use, it's essential to rinse the bristles thoroughly under running water to remove all toothpaste and food residue. The toothbrush should be stored in a well-ventilated area with the head facing upwards, allowing the bristles to dry completely between brushings. Avoid storing toothbrushes in closed containers or in contact with other toothbrushes, as this hinders drying and favors cross-contamination. Regular toothbrush replacement is another crucial measure. Dentists recommend replacing your toothbrush every 3 months or as soon as the bristles are worn out and deformed. Damaged bristles do not clean teeth effectively and can even injure the gums, creating entry points for infections. For seniors who may have more difficulty noticing bristle wear, it's important for caregivers or family members to help monitor the need for replacement. Therefore, do not neglect the hygiene of your toothbrush or the toothbrush of a senior under your care. A clean, well-maintained toothbrush is an important barrier against bacteria and other microorganisms that can compromise oral and general health. By adopting simple hygiene practices and regular replacement, you will be investing in disease prevention and quality of life, ensuring a healthy smile for longer. Chapter 4. Utensils with crusted-on dirt. Kitchen utensils such as cutlery, spatulas, and ladles are used daily in food preparation and consumption. If they are not washed properly immediately after use, food scraps can dry and form crusts, creating a perfect environment for the proliferation of bacteria, fungi, and even mold. These crusts, often invisible to the naked eye or difficult to remove, become a constant source of contamination for the food that comes into contact with the utensils. For seniors who may have a more sensitive immune system or pre-existing health conditions, ingesting food contaminated by dirty utensils can lead to serious foodborne illnesses. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and abdominal pain are common symptoms that in older individuals can rapidly escalate to severe dehydration and malnutrition, requiring medical intervention and, in many cases, hospitalization for stabilization. Immediate washing of utensils after use is the best way to prevent the formation of these crusts. Use hot water and detergent, scrubbing all surfaces thoroughly to completely remove food residues. For utensils with stubborn, crusted-on dirt, soaking them in warm water with detergent for a few minutes can facilitate cleaning, softening the crusts before washing. It's important to pay special attention to the corners, crevices, and joints of utensils, areas where dirt tends to accumulate and is more difficult to remove. Small brushes or toothpicks can be useful for reaching these areas. After washing, utensils should be rinsed completely and air-dried or dried with a clean cloth to prevent moisture accumulation, which also promotes bacterial growth. Do not underestimate the danger of a fork, knife, or spoon that seems more or less clean. Those crusts of dirt can be colonies of microorganisms ready to wreak havoc on health, especially that of a senior. Small habits of care with utensil cleanliness make a huge difference in preventing diseases and maintaining safe and healthy eating for everyone at home. Chapter 5: Moldy and Bacterial Containers and Cutting Boards. Food storage containers and cutting boards are essential in the kitchen, but if not cleaned and dried correctly, they become perfect incubators for mold and bacteria. Cracks, grooves, and porous surfaces retain moisture and food residues, creating an ideal environment for microorganism growth. Mold, visible or not, can produce harmful toxins, while bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli proliferate silently. For seniors, exposure to these contaminants can trigger severe allergic reactions to mold or cause serious foodborne illnesses. Consuming food that has come into contact with dirty containers or boards increases the risk of poisoning, which can lead to nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and dehydration. In more serious cases, these infections may require hospitalization, especially if the senior's immune system is already compromised, hindering their recovery. Immediate and complete washing of containers and boards after each use is fundamental. Use hot water and soap, scrubbing vigorously all surfaces, especially the grooves of cutting boards. For a deeper disinfection, a diluted bleach solution, 1 tablespoon per liter of water, can be used, followed by thorough rinsing to remove any chemical residue. Drying is as important as washing. Containers and boards should be completely air-dried or dried with a clean cloth before being stored. Residual moisture is the main catalyst for the growth of mold and bacteria. It's advisable to have separate cutting boards for raw meats and vegetables, avoiding cross-contamination of microorganisms from one food to another. Do not ignore signs of mold or persistent stains on containers and boards. This may indicate the presence of bacterial colonies that have not been completely eliminated. Replace cracked containers or heavily scratched boards, as these imperfections are ideal places for germ proliferation. Small precautions with these essential kitchen items can prevent major health problems for seniors. Chapter 6: Cracked and Poorly Washed Glasses. Glasses are frequently used items in any home, and how they are washed and maintained has a direct impact on health. Cracked glasses, for example, are a double danger. In addition to potentially causing cuts to the mouth or hands, the small fissures and scratches are perfect places for the accumulation of bacteria and other microorganisms. Even after washing, these germs can remain ingrained, resisting cleaning and being ingested with each use. For seniors, the continuous ingestion of bacteria present in poorly washed glasses can lead to digestive problems and recurrent infections. An immune system that is no longer as robust has more difficulty fighting these pathogens, resulting in episodes of gastroenteritis, diarrhea, and dehydration. In more severe scenarios, fragility can lead to serious complications that require hospitalization and prolonged treatments for recovery. Proper washing of glasses is essential. Use hot water and soap, scrubbing all internal and external surfaces well, paying special attention to the rims and bottom. If the glass is cracked or has visible scratches, it's crucial to discard it immediately, as its complete cleaning is practically impossible, and it becomes a constant source of contamination. Avoid using dirty sponges or damp, contaminated dishcloths to dry glasses, as this can reintroduce germs that have just been washed away. Ideally, let glasses drain and air dry on a clean drying rack, or use a clean, dry dishcloth that is changed and sanitized frequently. Storing damp glasses in closed cabinets also promotes mold growth. Attention to details like the integrity of glasses and the quality of washing is fundamental to protect the health of seniors. It seems like a small thing, but a poorly sanitized glass can be the gateway to diseases that seriously compromise the well-being of those in their golden years. Prioritize hygiene and discard any item that shows cracks or makes cleaning difficult. Chapter 7: Kitchen Sink as a Germ Colony. The kitchen sink is, ironically, one of the dirtiest places in the house, often surpassing even the toilet in the quantity of bacteria. Constantly damp and in contact with food scraps, dirty sponges, dishes, and even raw meats, it becomes an ideal environment for the proliferation of microorganisms. Organic residues accumulate in the drain and on the basin walls, forming a biofilm that serves as a shelter and food for dangerous bacteria, such as Salmonella and Listeria. For seniors who prepare their meals and handle food at the sink, the risk of cross-contamination and developing foodborne illnesses is extremely high. Handling food in a dirty sink can transfer these germs directly to the food, even if the food appears clean. The consequences can range from mild discomfort to severe cases of poisoning, with vomiting, diarrhea, and fever requiring hospitalization, putting the senior's life at considerable risk. Cleaning the kitchen sink should be a daily and thorough routine. After each use, rinse the basin with hot water and detergent, removing all visible residues. At least once a day, use a specific kitchen disinfectant or a diluted bleach solution to sanitize the entire sink surface, including faucets and edges. Let the product act for the recommended time before rinsing. Don't forget the drain and the trap, which are the biggest accumulators of dirt and bacteria. Once a week, pour a solution of baking soda with vinegar or products designed for unclogging and sanitizing drains, following the manufacturer's instructions. This practice helps eliminate biofilm and prevent the accumulation of grease and food scraps that serve as food for germs. The kitchen sink isn't just a washing area. It's where food hygiene begins. Keeping it impeccably clean is one of the most effective ways to prevent contamination and protect the health of seniors living in the home. Small habits of daily cleaning and disinfection can make a gigantic difference, ensuring that the food preparation area is a safe and threat-free environment. Conclusion: throughout this video, we've seen how seemingly harmless items in our home, when they don't receive proper hygiene attention, can transform into true arsenals of germs. For seniors, whose immune systems may be more vulnerable, neglecting the cleanliness of sponges, floor cloths, toothbrushes, utensils, containers, cutting boards, glasses, and the kitchen sink itself can open the doors to serious infections, resulting in unexpected and dangerous visits to the hospital. The good news is that prevention is within your reach. Small changes in cleaning habits, such as regular replacements and proper disinfection, can shield your home from these invisible dangers. Caring for your environment is caring for your health, especially for those we love most and who need extra care. Don't wait for symptoms to appear to act. Share this video so more people become aware. If you liked this content and want to see more health and wellness tips, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss the next videos. Tell us in the comments, which of these tips will you start applying in your home today to protect your family's health?